What's up, nerds? It's Jake, and this is a new series that I guess I'm going to start. It's basically just me talking about random topics about whatever and giving my opinions and stuff like that, and just stuff about my life in general, just because I haven't really made, I guess, actual personality type videos. Like, sure, I've done some like fucking cut comms and stuff before, just out of fun and stream highlight videos and stuff, but I feel like I haven't really put myself out there on YouTube. But so yeah, uh, this first video, I'm just going to talk about, I guess, my life over the past like year and a half. I don't know what I'm gonna put in the background of this video. I'll probably just find some ghost gameplay just to throw back there. But um, usually topics like this won't start. Usually my topics won't be this this personal, but I don't know. I just feel like starting off with this just to do something. But if you have a suggestion for something for me to talk about in one of these videos, then please put it in the comments or hit me up on Twitter. But yeah, as you guys know, on any of you guys that follow me on Twitter, I'm pretty outspoken about the things that I feel, and the I guess the depression that I feel like I have. But all right, well, I'm just gonna start back at the beginning. Start back to about 18 months ago. Uh, First, I'm gonna talk about what I feel like my decline in physical health has been. About it would not this past November, but the November before, I slipped and fell in my driveway, and I landed on my upper back, and obviously I had a really sore back for like a week and a half or whatever. But since then, I have had extremely bad acid reflux and a lot of stomach problems, and I'm not sure exactly what it is. Like, I've taken several acid reducer medications and stuff, and all kinds of stuff, and it doesn't nothing helps. Like, I honestly have no idea what it is, and it's probably something I should get like some serious like MRIs and stuff about recently. But my family doesn't have any fucking money, and I don't have the fucking money or time to be able to go in and do something like that. But since that's been happening, my ability to work and my ability to do things and like go out with friends and stuff has gone down just ridiculously, because all I do is feel sick to my stomach all the fucking time. Like, I'm sitting here talking, I feel sick to my fucking stomach right now. Like, it's actually caused me not to be able to do things. Like, before, I really never ate that much. Like, I snack on a lot of things, and like when I was in school, I would eat a small lunch, and I would eat some stuff when I got home from work or got home from school. But now, like, I wake up, I don't eat anything, I go to work for 8-9 hours, and then I come home, and if my stomach feels good, I'll eat something. If not, I just won't eat anything for the night. So I usually only eat about once a day, and that's if my stomach isn't being weird. So because of that, like, I feel like over the past like 3 months, 6 months, like, I'm not gonna say like I've gone like I have like malnutrition or anything, but it's like I feel my stamina and like my ability to focus on things gone down so much more over the past few months. Like, especially at work, like, I'm like running around. Like, my job requires, like, I'm a chef, and my job requires me to be running all over the place all the time, and I just feel like after 4 hours, like literally after 4 hours, I am so exhausted. Like, I cannot, like, it's really hard for me to stay focused while I'm working there, which, is to be expected. But it's really fucking hard, and like, I come home and I just sit in my fucking chair and just sit here for hours after I get home from work, and just stare at Twitter, because I have no energy left to do anything. So, in thinking about that, like, you'd think I'd be able to sleep really well at night, but some nights I'm just laying in bed and I just stare at my phone because I fucking can't get rid of this feeling in my fucking stomach, or I just feel really fucking anxious for some reason. But I don't know, because of that, like, I guess, like with my focus, like, I can still focus on playing like Call of Duty and stuff like that, but I feel like the past like year, it's not like my shot has gone away or anything, but it's like I feel like I play worse, even though like my stats are about the same ish. Like I guess my accuracy has gone down a little bit, but that could just be because of me being stupid and playing like a retard. But it's like my ability to focus and just all of this stuff ties into my entire like what my mental what I feel like my mental condition is. But I'm gonna go back to a few months ago and kind of tie this together. So I found out. Okay. I'm gonna go back to when I was 17 years old. I just started working at the restaurant I was at. I was a dishwasher and I was working part time, all that stuff. And eventually, when I turned 18, I had a bank account with my mother's name on it. And what would happen is, right as I turned 18, I started working full time for the summer, and I was busting my ass for 40 hours a week because we were short on people, and I was learning our pizza station at the time. And like back then, I was able just to do it. Like I felt like my mental capacity was 100% at that time, and I was able just to focus and work and be able to work as hard as I can and do all kinds of crazy shit. So I was working my ass off for a really long time, and every single week I'd get my paycheck. I give it to my mom. She would deposit it in the bank and all that cool stuff. So I didn't really need any money, and I wasn't really trying to spend any money. Like I was just literally straight up saving because at the time, I was thinking, hey, maybe I'll go to college. Maybe I'll go and buy a car or something when I get my license. But that's that's another story. And I realized one time I didn't go to the bank. I was going to buy something. I was going to take some money out of an ATM to go buy. I don't fucking remember, but I didn't have any money in my bank account, and I was like, there's no fucking way I don't have any money in there. Like, all I've done is give my paychecks to my mom and have her deposit them. Well, so I asked my dad about it, and he went to the bank and he pulled statements and stuff, and it turns out none of my paychecks have gone into my bank account in the past 3 months. So that really made me angry because that is like, as an 18-year-old, that was a lot of money, and I was working full time. I was only making like $8 an hour, $850 an hour, so it wasn't like it was like thousands of dollars, but it was at least $1,500, $2,000 that wasn't there. So I found out that's when like my parents at that time were fighting a lot, and I just kind of stayed out of it because I was like, they're two adults, they can do what they want. I don't really feel like being involved in whatever stuff they have going on together because that's, it's none of my business. But it turns out she was taking my money and buying things she shouldn't have. So that's where all of this shit kind of starts. So originally, that is what it completely destroyed my motivation and mood to work and to do anything at that time. So, I got over it, and my mom, I forgave my mom, all this stuff. It's not that big of a deal. But like, that was around the time my dad got my mom to have some. My dad got her to go to a like a mental type of institute because she was buying prescription pain medication, and she was very, very, very addicted. And I didn't know this at the time, and apparently my dad told me shortly after that it's been like that for a couple of years, and they've completely hit it. Like, I had no idea. Like, there's nothing I knew about it at all. And it turns out that that was around the time where, like, we would wake up for school, and my mom would just be laying in bed, just not able to get up almost. And then I'd just be like, hey, you gotta take us to school, because I didn't have my license, and my brother was only 15 at the time, and all this stuff. And she would get out of bed, like, stumble to the car, and try and drive us to school, and she'd be like half asleep, like barely able to keep her eyes open. And I noticed these things as my mom started going down that path, and that really, obviously it scared me, but I wasn't sure what was going on or at the time, but now I do. And so my dad tried to help me, or tried to get her some help, but she just wouldn't have it. And eventually she just kind of said fuck it, and she just left. She just moved out. And this happened just a couple months ago. That's a pretty big time gap from about a year, but that was a lot of my parents fighting, a lot of my mom going out, and at the time she had a job for quite a few months ago, doing like in-home care. Well, actually, me and my mom worked at the same restaurant back when I first started the restaurant. That's why I started working there, is because my mom worked there. So she got fired from there from being for being under the influence while on the job and stuff like that. So she got fired, lost her job, and she was out of a job for a minute, and then she got a job as a like in-home nursing type of thing. She's really good. Whoa, I'm sorry. She was really good at it. She's really good at her job and all of this stuff. But she'd always come home really late, or just wasn't where she said she was. And my dad had the ability to track her cell phone and being where she was, because my dad was having trust issues, and she'd always either go to her friend's house or to another guy's house, and all of this stuff. And it was all because she was really painfully addicted to prescription medication. And so eventually, like, after my dad tried to get her to go to therapy and rehab and things like that, she wouldn't have it. So eventually, a couple months ago, she just moved out. She was just like, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. So that's kind of what's been going on with my with my parents. She moved out and she's living with another guy right now. I'm not gonna go into details about that, but that's just kind of a general overview of what that happened. So I'm gonna tie that into with my physical health going down, and then that happening. I started getting extremely anxious about 6 months ago. I'm not sure exactly what tied to that, but it was about, well, actually it's been more than 6 months now. It's probably 8 months, 9 months. But like, anyone who follows me on Twitter, like, I put out the original tweet longer of me posting, depressing things about myself and how I feel, and that got a lot of reception and a lot of feedback and a lot of empathy and a lot of just people feeling the same way. And that's why I like making things like this and posting things like that to Twitter, because people relate to it. And when people relate, it makes you feel not alone. And that is what I feel all the time. Like, and it's not, if I didn't, how do I want to word this? If I don't want to feel this way at all, like, there are days where I wake up and I do not want to get out of bed. Like, there's nothing I want to do. I just stare at the ceiling, and I literally wait until 5 minutes before I have to be at work, and I get out of bed. And and there's nights where I come home from work, or I'm even at work, and I just feel so anxious and so fucking I just want to fucking die. I just want to die. I just want to walk out in front of a semi and just call it done. I feel like that at least, I would say, every other day. And, that's not something I want to feel. That is something that is completely new to me. And, like, I know my life isn't the worst, and I'm not going to claim that it is. And I'm not trying to get sympathy or anything, but it's just like, I feel this way for almost no reason, and it sucks. It really sucks, and I don't have any other way to classify it besides being depressed. So I haven't gone to a shrink or anything. I haven't gotten any medication, because I'm honestly scared to take any type of you know what I'm trying to say, and stuff like that, just because I feel like it would change me, and I don't want, I kind of have the same thing with, like, smoking weed and stuff. Like, I don't have anything against it, but it's like, I don't want to change myself into something I don't want to be. So I feel like taking medication would change who I am, and I don't want to do that. I don't know what to say right now. Like, just because of this anxiety, just my motivation to do everything has just gone away. Like, all I've done in the past year almost is just sit in my room and play video games, or sit in my room and watch anime, or sit in my room and do nothing. Now, obviously, one of the big things I could do to help this is to start going out more, start doing things with friends. But the thing is, I don't have all of my friends from high school are gone, almost, except for one or two. And just people don't like going out. People don't like doing things with me. And most of the people that I talk to at work, they're all partiers and they go out and get drunk. And I'm not old enough to do that. And that just doesn't sound like fun to me at all. So that's why I've migrated to Twitter, and I basically live on Twitter now. I mean, anyone that I talk to knows that I just live on fucking Twitter now, because all of my close friends are there. And it's where all the people I relate to is. It's where all of my Call of Duty stuff is, and where I can relate to people that way. And these type of things have really helped me from really going over the edge, because I've realized over the past few months that I'm starting to think I'm actually like starting to become bipolar, because my mother is diagnosed as being bipolar with partial schizophrenic tendencies and stuff like that. Because there are days where I wake up and I feel perfectly fine. Like, I am happy. I'm in a great mood. I'll go to work. I'll be happy. And I'll come home and be happy. And I'll play Call of Duty and I'll be happy. And I won't get frustrated. Or, okay, maybe I won't. Maybe I will get frustrated. But, I'm able to focus. I'm able to play well. And I'm having fun with friends. And there's days where I wake up and I want to fucking die. And I feel like I want to die for the entire day. I'll go to work. I'll be in a shitty mood. And I'll be an asshole to people. And I'll come home and, I chill in a Discord with my friends. I'll either join and not talk, or I'll just stay away from everyone for the entire day. And I'm sure people have noticed that. And I'm sure, I've had people tell me over the past couple of years, I've worked at this restaurant for 3 years now. And I've had people tell me that they have noticed a change in me. I don't like that. I really don't. I act differently than I did a couple of years ago, even though I feel like I've been acting the same, but people just say I'm more irritable. I'm a lot more anxious. I've come out of my shell a lot since then, and I'm more open about my feelings and how I think and things like that. But I never realized that people would actually be able to notice me acting literally different, like my personality being different, and acting. Having my anxiety cause me to act differently. That's crazy to me. And I haven't really thought about it and realized it until recently. This is not who I want to be, and I really want to change it, and I really want help to change it, but I don't know exactly what I need to do to change it. Now, I've done several things. The other day I wrote a tweet longer about what I want from love. That's all I said, and I basically was that night I was so fucking depressed. I didn't want to get out of bed. And I was sitting at my computer. I think I was playing video game. I was playing Ghost, just trying to get my mind off of things. And I was playing like shit. And I just didn't want to do anything. I eventually just sat down and just wrote that. And I feel like that's one of the main things that could really help me, is somebody I can really attach to and cling to and help me. Someone who actually fucking cares. Because one of the major issues I've always had in my life is I have not felt connected to people, ever. Even my parents. My family. I know they are there. And, my dad has gone through so much over the past long time, and I just never noticed. And he's a very strong individual, and I love my dad, and I love my family. I love everyone. I just don't feel that connection. I don't feel like I can be open with them. If any of them watch this video, they can understand how I feel, because I haven't talked like this to anyone besides the internet, and I don't know what they think about that, or what they know about me and stuff like that. So it's, oh God, yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's really hard. It's just really hard, because I don't feel good all the time. I'm anxious all the time, and I don't know what to do about it. So I think my life is going to change soon. I think I'm going to move soon. I think I'm going to be forced to push myself into college. I think I'm going to be forced to come out of my shell even more than I am. And I don't know if I'm ready to do it. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to function outside of what I'm doing right now. And if I can push myself and do it, cool. I think I'll be able to push these feelings away. But if I let's say if I enroll into community college and I start taking classes and it doesn't help and I feel worse, it's going to be a waste of time and I'm not going to be able to do anything. So I don't know what to do. I'm making this commentary. I'm not like asking for sympathy. I'm just putting my thoughts out there, what I feel about my life. And maybe you can relate to it. And if you can, just say something in the comments. DM me on Twitter. My DMs are always open. I'm always open to talk to people about whatever the fuck they want to talk about. I've always had that motto. And I always like listening to other people's problems because it helps me take my mind off of my own. And it helps me relate to other people to help find solutions for myself, along for other people. So, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about. I talked about my decline in what I feel like my physical health, my mental health, my home life, and how it all kind of ties together. Yeah. Man, that got hard to talk about for a minute. But, it's cool. And I like being open about myself. And this is why I'm going to start doing videos like this. So, if you like this video, you don't have to like it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to do anything. Just, I'm really thankful that you listened to this entire video. And I promise not all of them are going to be depressing and deep and stuff like that. I'm surely down just to talk about stupid shit. I can talk about anime. I can talk about philosophy. I can talk about, just what I think about topics, politics, all that kind of stuff. That's what this series is going to be, is me putting my mind out into the horizons. That's what I want to do. And I don't know, I've had this feeling for a while. I wanted to just completely explain myself, because I've kind of done it in bits and pieces before about how I feel and stuff like that, and I know I didn't go into very much detail, but I just kind of explained everything in the 22 minutes that I've been recording this. So all right, it's already long enough, so I'm not going to keep rambling. So if you did watch this entire thing, I really appreciate it. Outside of that, me and Jamie are recording Philosophy 4, as you guys saw from my last video. So, we're going to keep making leftover minis, and I'm not playing amazingly, but I'm hitting stupid clips. So, hopefully I can keep that going, and hopefully I can just keep playing well and try and keep my mind off things, because, Call of Duty hasn't been really making me happy, but I'm starting to hit some stuff again, so we'll see what the fuck happens. So, I'm gonna keep saying it, but I really appreciate it if you watch this. So, yeah, it's been Jake, and I'll see you guys later.